So, little me perception holding us in tiny few controls millions. In the knowledge that we can understand the conspiracy and how it works, the question is who's behind it? Who's behind it? And that's what we'll get through within a while. Ladies and gentlemen, little me perception, fear of what other people think, fear of the system and of the control and what should, could've, would've, all these chains. Call it chains of Club of Rome, Knights Templar, chains of the Matrix that has been chaining human society all over the world. And as the legends say, once you wake up to realize who you are, you will break the chain and you will remember who you are. And they'll fear you. You will stand up on your knees. As the legend said before me, human race, get off your knees. You are much more powerful than you think. The lion sleeps no more. That's what's called as a moon control. From that information of reality and start to relate it to situation that we find ourselves in. There are 20 years and more in your life to do pretty amazing change. And when the awakening hit, even the form of your face will change. Watching unfolding in positions of this global states of what's called occultism, fascist. To me, they are fascist. Different name for the same races. But I would suggest that if we stay only at the level of the five senses, only of the level of the world we see, bank scams, manipulated world, then we're not gonna get truly what is going on. Because I say this, look at it. This world has been changing, and it is changing so rapidly in terms of all different aspects of this control system and the way they manipulate education, they manipulate wars, presidents, shots, through food, drink, media, global warming scam, big fun, 9/11, in such a coordinating way. So, if we're gonna think that this situation we're seeing unfolding goes back to a few men and women in dark suits or whatever, sitting around the table and deciding what's the next move, we're clearly massively missing the point. The vast majority of people in the last few years are starting to investigate these things, and they will not go any further. They will not go any further because A, their belief this system will not let them, their religious system trap them. They fear what people think about them. How I'm gonna go to that areas. What people may cover is up to them. I have the right to say it's up to me. It's not just people sitting around the table somewhere in the world discussing the next move. There's a level where we see this unfolding in the news, and this is other level or dimensional non-human level, as I'm willing to say about them. The level of the nature of reality introduced already. And we'll talk about the moon and the rabbit hole. The rabbit hole is deeper and deeper and deeper, and the deeper you go to the rabbit hole, the more you will understand what the game is. And the more we understand what the game is, the more we can change the game. And it's all about the control, programming of perception. That's the only way. If you control a many, manipulating how we interact with reality, forms of consciousness, putting us in bubbles of senses of limitation that I can't, little me, manipulating the way we decode reality, and therefore they are making us to see the world as the control system want us to see. That's the basis of all of it, going through the whole conspiracy. So yes, of course, on one level, it does manifest as dark suits sitting around the table discussing the next move. But it's the world, yeah. But it's not its origin. It goes beyond there, the shadows. People in fear discover who they are. Let me to tell you, because people judge in the appearance. Like, if you wanna judge the person, if he have a knowledge of, or he is a spiritual teacher, or anything, he must have look a certain way. No, how he look like that and he have this knowledge? Because he's still in the matrix, dude. You're still in the matrix. You're still in the matrix not to realize that labels, shapes, doesn't define who we are. It doesn't go that way, dude. Yes, get off your knees and wake up. Wake up, copycats. It's funny. It's funny when people who think themselves, they sitting in power. Between them inside, they know that they are not chosen to hold the power. And the normal, ordinary person can decide their fate. Yes. And the normal, ordinary person can become dangerous the moment the surroundings start to realize how powerful they are. It is funny. It is funny. What we're gonna judge these people as? Helium? They sit in authority, maybe. They get a couple of cash, but they have no power. They have no authority. They don't know who they are. They can't move like we move. They fear on what other people think. And they know They are not the chosen. They are not the real one. It's funny, and people still wanna judge. Hello, your appearance. All these different people, different languages. He put together a fact that the language, the very language, if we fold it, that in the language that we use now, tell the story of this reptilian servant race taking control of humanity. You will hear people saying, no, don't listen to this stuff. They are talking about this stuff so they make you fear, or ain't nothing to fear about them, first. Second, those reptilian stuff are since the ancient time. What you on about, dude? Anyway, owls. If you take the word angel back to its origin, you will get the word meaning snake or serpent. So we have the eagle in many countries, flags and logos. United States, most famously, you have the owls, invariably of Babylon, Rishtar. You have the story of the angels, especially the fallen angels, representing this reptilian race and interpreting with the humanity. And you have Horus, the son of God of Egypt, the virgin moon of the sun, and representing the whole reptilian imagery. This seraphim, one of the hierarchy of angels in the Christians and Hebrew and Jewish belief, seraphim word mean snake or serpent if you take it back to its origin. You have being the flying seraphim disc. That's why I tell people angels ain't something, a rainbow. They symbolize the heaven, but they ain't something not to fear. And then you have the upper ocean of the heaven, and then you have the albino royal Draco that appear to have been created a human reptile, human hybrid royals since the ancient time. Symbolism tracking in the. Can we trust the ancestral test kit? Because I hold the albino. In different symbols, of course. I can't wait till I see a group of people pointing at me and saying he's crazy. Oh, really? Yeah, I'd love to be crazy. I'd better be crazy than living in this madhouse. Yeah, madhouse, dummies. Madhouse. That's why there's an eye. And Krichwa Matwa confirmed that. Yeah, poor little guy, they stole his necklace. He went and stole his necklace. They stole the necklace that they say about the reptilian. Really? Why? Secret society networks. For the gods seeing the pyramids of control. One way very often symbolized these hybrid bloodlines. In the ancient world, it's part of human, down to the bottom of the toes of the legs, being a snake. You come across this great deal. When you research this stuff, I studied this stuff. It's back to the ancient, half human, half snake symbolism. Over and over and over again, you see it. And the cobra, like I say, like a common symbol of these serpent gods. And as we fighting the serpent, battling with them, are we really? Even the word Messiah, from where it comes, the Mesa, the Nile of crocodile, to unmount the Pharaoh, the Christ one, and even today in the British coronation ceremonies, they symbolize that as part of their own ceremony. And in the Bible, as described as reptilian terms, and the devil and Satan, deceiving all the whole world, cast out when the angels were casted out from heaven, former angels, in the creation, all these, kissing frogs and turning them to princes. You get reptilian themes, and all part of the same story. And I've seen images all over the world, so it's amazing how many times you see these symbols of reptiles and the human. Part reptile, part human. It's amazing. On what building all over the world? The palaces, the castles, the churches of these elites, the symbolic of that. And of course, massive reptilian symbolism in children's stories and entertainment. And 16th century painting of Queen Elizabeth I, painted over. But where? What's underneath? What she's wearing? Representation of the reptilian, and she's holding a snake. Very, very appropriate. And these aristocratic families that became the hybrids again use reptilian dragons and all these other serpent images on their flags and clothes. The dragon in the Chinese, and then they tell you the China's no, the Chinese, no, the base of them, they started in China. If you wanna know where the whole world is going, look at China. Look at the social credit. Yeah, you're a good dude today. I'm gonna put you a star. You can use the train. You can use the plane. The whole world is going that way. Yes. Hope you enjoyed my reptilian stories. Ain't it weird when you do your own research? Ain't it weird? I'd like to talk about this stuff more and more. Don't mention the reptilians. No, I mentioned them. I'm gonna keep mentioning them.